Hello guys, it's another mini episode of the Curvy Kitty. This is just a follow-up to this morning's post, or video I should say, in which I did a head-to-head of Smashbox's eyeshadow primer and Urban Decay's eyeshadow primer. So I just wanted to show you what a very tired cat looks like, and what a very tired cat's makeup looks like. At the end of a very long day. It's probably been a good 12 hours since I started all this, because I think I did the initial video about 10:30 this morning and it's now 10:30 at night. So I just wanted to show you my face. I've had quite a bit of fallout on the Urban Decay side. And I've had less fallout. I do have dark circles, but I've had a lot less fallout on the Smashbox side. However, you will notice, though it's not very clear because I don't have daylight, that this part of my brow bone has kept color much better on the Urban Decay side. And not so much on the Smashbox. It stayed in the crease really well, but this little bit has disappeared. So I honestly would say this is a straight up tie, because obviously a lot more has traveled down here from the Urban Decay side. More of it has stayed up here on this side, but it has lost some pigment up here. And to be honest, both let the sparkly shadow crease and transfer quite a bit up into my crease and onto my brow bone, which, I mean, doesn't look bad, but just shows that it didn't really stay super in place. I'm sure that had I purchased glitter glue, that may have alleviated that particular problem. But overall, I'm fairly impressed with both, especially since I used a non sort of major high-end brand. I just used my Revolutions palette, which the next video I'm planning on doing is actually a head-to-head between actual Urban Decay and the Revolutions, just to see what actually stays. For that, I will not be using the matte palette, because I think it's not really fair to compare shimmers and mattes so much. And the only Urban Decay palette I own is the original Naked, and the dupes I have are for the Naked 2 and 3 palettes. So it won't be a straight color comparison unless I go and pick up the Revolutions dupe of Naked 1 or invest in Urban Decay Naked 2. So that will be coming up probably in the next day. I'm sure I have tons of other stuff. I actually want to do a special on accessories, because I have some really adorable accessories, like this little necklace, which is of Luna and Artemis from Sailor Moon, which I think is super cute. I have some amazing jewelry that I've purchased recently from local artists and off of Etsy that I want to share with people. So that may be coming up. I'm sure that there's tons else. The last thing I want to mention is actually my GoFundMe campaign. The GoFundMe that I have up and running at the moment is called Let's Make Cancer the Biggest Loser. And what it is that I have a lot of family who's been affected by cancer. I have a lot of friends who have been affected by cancer and a lot of colleagues who have been affected by cancer. And I myself have had a cancer scare sort of in my early 20s. So it's something that's kind of close to me, and I've done my best to put what money I have into cancer research and to support those charities. But I am asking other people if they'd be willing to support it. And what I'm actually doing is, because there's also mental health illness charities that are close to my heart, next year I want to jump out of a plane. And I will sell a video if it makes you guys happy of me screaming and vomiting down from 30,000 feet, or however high they'll let me go, because I am terrified of heights, by the way. But in order to do that, I need to get down to a certain weight. And while I love my curves and I love my body the way it is, I don't want my body to restrict what I can and can't do. So while I'll still be a lovely curvy girl, my goal is to drop a few stone between now and the end of the year. My goal is on my next birthday, as my birthday is coming up, to do that skydive. So for Cancer, I'm doing a sponsored weight loss. However, I have set up a GoFundMe along that because so many people die. And it's horrible and it's sad and it's heartbreaking. And the only way that we can do anything is to support really the research to try and help eliminate cancers. I mean, without cancer research, the HPV vaccine wouldn't exist, which is now helping thousands of girls avoid getting cervical cancer, because, you know, HPV is incredibly common. To be fair, if you've shagged somebody, it's highly likely you have HPV, unless you've been protected by the vaccine. And cervical cancer is what I was affected with. And I'm sure that there's tons of people out there who are. And it's terrifying being a young adult and having an abnormal pap smear come back. That's absolutely terrifying. And I didn't react particularly well to it. I'll be honest there. But I think it's important that we try and do something. All of us are trying to make body positivity and, you know, self-love something that's really good. But I want to go a step beyond that and do my best to help people. So while I'm emptying my bank account into this blog, into research, into the occasional tattoo, I'm hoping that maybe even, you know, a $5 or one less coffee, one less piece of cake can go towards, you know, making sure that our mothers, our sisters, our daughters, our brothers, our husbands, our fathers don't die of cancer. So, sorry to end this on a very grim note, but I think it's really important, and it would mean a lot to me if you would support cancer charities with, you know, by helping me do so. I promise you every penny will go to cancer research. So have a lovely night, you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. I love you guys. Bye.